or who was the best artist out of the two, in your opinion?
This is the one, and I never give an answer like this, but
because he made you listen. Like, you feel me? All right, yo, I got you, man.
Like that shit there.
Big Business Podcast.
What's cracking, lacking, man? Welcome back to In the Lab, man. It's your big homie, Boss Man Busy.
YJ, we here with it.
And tonight, man, we gonna talk about the kings.
Yeah.
The kings of the West. And who represented their era better, should I say? Did I get that correct?
Yeah. Who represented their era better when you look at the landscape or environment of the times of Pac, when you look at the landscape environment of the times with K-Dot, you know, we got a king now and we had a king then.
It's, I guess, call it poetic justice. I don't know, maybe that's not the right term. That it just so happened that both of them represent the West Coast. You know, two kings of hip hop in two different eras are representing the West Coast.
Just the impact of each one, each artist, as far as how Tupac impacted his era and how K-Dot impacted his era. Who you feel had more impact on their said era when you talk about these two?
It would definitely have to be Mr. Shakur when it comes to impact. I think he has had the greatest impact on hip hop of all time. So for me, that's a no-brainer. Who had the most impact on that era, because I feel like Pac's impact is still impacting.
So with that, you know, we talking about impact. Where does Eminem stand in that, or does he stand in that? If it ain't K-Dot, then who could even be? Just say it, man. Just I know you fighting it.
You probably would have to say Eminem, but
Nah, I'm talking about someone else.
no, I wouldn't say that. Nah, I wouldn't say Chip. Nah,
I'm talking about Biggie.
oh
Oh
fuck,
hell no!
fuck no, no.
Oh man.
Like, you gotta realize when we talk about, you know, two, I'm gonna put them up there with the greats because the world do. But when we talk about Biggie and Tupac, we talking about two heavy hitters in their era. But who was the harder worker? Pop, because you got to think about after his passing, how many joints they was able to drop. When Big passed away, that was pretty much it. You had life after death, and that was it.
And
So
I think the number one reason for that is because of that man sitting in that jail cell. The way the way things went, like every song. Who was that? Stevie J. Uh, Stevie J, the producer, you know, made a lot of hits, Notorious Thugs and all that. He said these songs were constructed for Big. Like every song was constructed with Big in mind, from production, inception, everything. So it was a little bit different. But to go back to what we were saying, I agree with you. If we go to Impact, K-Dot and Pac, I feel like, yeah, there ain't no way. I feel like K-Dot can do two backflips on the Super Bowl stage and whatever else he do, and it will never equate to what Pac did or the force that Pac was. I feel like it was like a force, energy, a ball of energy moving throughout the hip hop game.
yeah. Now we can talk about impact, which I think a lot of people would agree with. You know, the conclusion of what we came up with. But what about artistry, man? Artistry, we've been speaking about that a lot lately, and I think that is very important to any artist legacy.
Yeah.
Who you think had the most, or who was the best artist out of the two, in your opinion?
This is the one, and I never give an answer like this, but it's hard for me to call it on that because far as Pac's artistry, the songs he made, he made some powerful songs and did some powerful things, but he just didn't sing. Pac didn't sing
No.
at all. So if we're gonna just go off of if someone's harmonizing, or then you would say this one artist goes in the booth and makes a song, the artistry level of a K Dot would be higher because he does a lot of other things besides just rap. Um, but you get Pac on these songs and had other people do the hooks. You have soulful ballads and all that. It was artistry there. It was definitely artistry there, especially with subject matter.
Yeah, and one thing that I think we tend to leave out when we talk about artistry is something similar to what Nas did when he's rapping a song backwards. I think that's artistry, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not regular hip hop. It takes talent to do something like that. And I think that's a part of your artistry. Does that make
Right.
sense to you, or would you not
Yeah.
add that artistry?
Yeah, I would add that as artistry. Um, I would add even something simple as vocal inflection is artistry, because the inflection of which you say something,
Mm.
uh, in which I feel like Pac has Kendrick beat to the fucking ground. When it comes to this, when I hear dot cadence on some of these songs, uh, it's just kind of like a soft tone. It's like sometimes like he's not trying. Sometimes like you could tell every time Pac was rapping, there was conviction there. There was, there was the vocal inflection and projection of his voice. It was ever present. So I feel like in that aspect, he definitely got K. Dot beat. And even listening to was it Reincarnated on GNX where he was trying to do Pac's cadence. I
Mm-hmm.
felt in some instances of that song, he just flat right. Even though I liked the song, there was some moments of it where he tried to get that aggression and it kind of came off corny to me. I'm not even lying. I just listened to that shit before we came up here because I listened to or Pac's version came up in the playlist when I was listening to Pac, and then I was like, let me go listen to GNX and see, give my take on as far as how he did with this specific beat. And he was trying to do it, but it wasn't there. Like the heart of it wasn't there. Like Pac had a certain amount of uh, vocal strength in his voice that K Dot could never have, just because how his vocal tone set up. Like,
Right. Yeah. Pac. I think it's the conviction. You feel me? That's
yeah.
Pac. Um, so you're saying that you don't know which way to sway on that, or are you going with K Dot?
Yeah, because I feel like Pac's artistry is like Tokyo, and K Dot artistry is Germany. Like they're both great at what they did in their sense of artistry of them, but I can't really just call it, like I can't give one the upper hand
Mm.
because what uh, K Dot did on Mr. Morale that was great. Pac would, if Pac was 50, probably would never do that same thing.
Okay. I don't know. We might want to stay away from sales. I think like we spoke
Yeah.
earlier, Pac been doing music way, way longer than K Dot, and I don't think that will actually be a fair comparison. But I do want to go to their albums because I think putting a body of work together, and I'm not even talking about the entire catalog, I'm just talking about one album. And how you put the album together, to me, I remember when you talked about this a while ago, like, shit, I just goddamn put the motherfuckers on CD. I can't do that. I want to paint a picture. You know what I'm saying? So as far as albums, and we know, I think before Pac died, he had 5 albums, and K-Dot is at 6. So we're going to start with K-Dot from his second one, which would be Good Kid, M.A.A.d City, and Tupac's first one will be Tupacalypse, which, you know, that's a while ago. But we're trying to even up the numbers. But if we want to talk about the most successful albums, we can skip Tupacalypse. We can hell. I don't know if you want to skip.
Hey, let me just kick through the door with this shit and go ahead and go ahead and say, okay, I guess to make it a little bit more easy, right?
All right.
Does K-Dot have a All Eyes on Me?
No. You want to do Good Kid, M.A.A.d City, To Pimp Butterfly, and GNX versus All Eyes on Me, 7 Day Theory, and I always forget the damn first one.
Me Against the World.
Me Against the World. We can do it like that.
Yeah.
We can do it like that.
Just to simplify it. Just to simplify it.
When the introduction of K-Dot came in, it was totally different. Mm-hmm. I was like, who the hell is this kid? Who is he? But he caught my attention. Yeah, he go that word again with his artistry. He was different.
What caught your attention specifically, though?
His delivery. I could tell this dude was smart. I just heard the talent.
So
go ahead.
Those 3 things with Pac's 3 albums, would you say the same exact things about Pac? You said his delivery. You said you could tell he was talented, and you could tell he was smart.
I could.
When you was just saying that, I was thinking, does all 3 of these things apply? And they do.
They do.
All right.
I mean, I guess as you dig into, I guess maybe certain tracks on different albums, which will probably take you forever to do. Maybe you will be able to pull back some layers on why he's better. You know, like you spoke earlier about Pac rapping with conviction. Yes, I think that's what grabbed the attention of the world, because he made you listen. Like, you feel me? All right, yeah, I got you, my nigga. And
yeah,
so we can pull back layers.
Yeah, and another thing with that, the thing Doc killed me with is this shit. Like that shit there, I really, when he do these little voices, it sound like a garden gnome. You know them little things people sit in their garden and it's like a little alien. It just sound like a little garden gnome sometimes. His voice is like man, that shit be killing me, man. Some of these cadence and pockets.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, and I don't want to go on to this, but that was one thing that I always put Cole over him. I'm just leave that there, because it's like
I give you that.
Sometimes I did not like his delivery at times. Not on all songs though. Not on all songs.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get like, I don't like that. I ain't gonna call it robotic, but
it kind of reads as robotic. Like it reads as some little garden gnome, robotic little alien on your shoulder rapping to you. Like it's just being real, man. I you know, Dot is a fool, lyrically a fool, but I gotta call this shit out, man.
I'ma fuck around and slap a nigga. The truth is they some rapping niggas. Most of them some average spitters.